live. Now it should go live. Thank you for that reminder. So that's the key. You have to create a new, essentially schedule a new stream over on YouTube.
Correct.
We're seeing Hasmith
Now
now.
we've got to be up, yeah.
Now Ray's wearing the right color shirt.
Yeah, now we're live again. I see it here. You have to create a new, essentially schedule an, okay. Wow, okay. So now everyone is seeing this. All right, so what I was saying before is that you can't put in a specific time, but guess what? You can.
Is that because you switched to 5 o'clock and messed around with it and then went
No,
back?
so let's just do a new one, right? So schedule message. It defaults to a half an hour from, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, it defaults to a half an hour from now, but now I can go in and change it to whatever I want. So let's do 4:27. Oh, no, wait a second. Now it's not letting me do it. 37. 55. This is the strangest thing.
Yeah, it's going to allow you to do any number above 47, David.
Yeah, but then, no, because then watch. 4.
YouTube is screwed up again. YouTube is now showing Hasmith from the first section. Or did I have to reboot?
No, you're looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah, refresh yours, Ray.
Okay.
Make sure you get the one with the B after it.
Yeah.
So, okay, so yeah, you can only schedule messages for a half an hour from, I guess, the time. That seems odd and somewhat random. Why would,
I don't know. If you want to wait 10 minutes, just wait 10 minutes. I don't know. I had a chance to use this one time. I wanted to leave something for Bart, who's their documentation guy, and it was after midnight my time, and I just said, drop it in his inbox at 8 a.m. and it worked fine.
Yeah, but I want to be able to. Here's another
I want
thing.
to send it 10 minutes ago.
Eve, right? But now, so this is interesting. So I went in, let me do that again. So this is a message that I scheduled a while back, not a while back, but, before we lost our YouTube stream. And it's scheduled to send at 5:15. Now, if I can go in and I can edit the scheduled time, watch what happens when I try and click in, or if I try and change it. If I try and change it, I type 4 and it's now a half an hour from this new time that is now, not from the original time. So I can't even trick the system.
This is new, so I don't know a lot about it, but I wonder if there's any back-end settings about time increments or if this is just the way it is.
Let's find out. Let's go into zoom.us. Whoops. Zoom.us. And I have to log in. And it's going to ask me for a code. Let's see. Not sure why hiding this code is important, but. All right, so here we go. I'm about to add live streaming. What? No, go away. What? Oh. I guess I never finished this. This was, yeah, okay. Continue as David. Sorry, this is the Zoom live streaming thing. Okay. That's not really
We
what
don't
I
see it.
Oh.
Okay.
Sorry. This is the Zoom live streaming thing. It was making me do something or other. All right. Take me back, please, to just Zoom. That's just what I want. And we're going to go into our settings. Do you think this would be an admin setting or a user setting?
Well, it's probably a Zoom backend thing that they don't want you to necessarily schedule something for 30 seconds from now and rely on that. They want to create a buffer so that it gets into the system and then gets built into the queue to be sent out at the appropriate time.
Right. One-way announcements to everyone in the same. Oh, that's nice. I should turn that on. Suppressors enable read receipts. That's nice too. Security, personal chat, schedule a oh no, that's schedule a meeting. Sorry. Chat etiquette, external direct message, retention periods. Nope. There's no option here that I can see. What is going on over here? Look at how weird this is. I'm clicking on these and it's not doing anything. What is that about? You guys see that? That's really strange.
Yeah,
I mean, they're just,
it's strange.
okay, it's not just me. Let me just refresh my page.
I'll try.
Huh.
Nope.
Interesting. Oh well. Zoom, you have broken buttons.
Since you're logged into Zoom.us, there's another show and tell thing we could do.
Okay.
Scroll up to meetings and schedule a meeting. Doesn't really matter, this stuff. Click save. Go up to polls, quizzes.
Started
yeah.
at 5:15. Thanks.
Ray, you're not muted. Yes.
So if you create, this is new, and it's I think a very important good thing. Create any poll. It doesn't matter what color is the sky, blue, green, whatever. Doesn't matter. Whatever you want.
Yep.
So the save button is the important thing here now. Once you're done.
Okay.
Top right there. Save. No, save. Now you see that you can save this poll to a meeting or to your library. This has been a huge source of frustration for a lot of users in the Zoom community for months when they introduced the concept of survey polls and quiz survey polls, whatever you want to call them. Now you can go back to saving these things to specific meetings, which was lost for, I don't know, Ray, a couple of months, 2-3 months, however long it's been.
Yeah.
So this is
they introduced the library concept, but they made it everything goes into a library, and
which people hated with a passion.
Yeah.
So they've fixed it. So they listened, which is a good thing, and I think this is a good compromise. I do like the idea of a poll library, a survey library, but I did see why people were upset when they had 150 polls and they were in the middle of a meeting.
I'm working on that, Henny. I'm gonna. At this point, the table is how it is.
We can hear you, John. Anyway, so yeah, so I if you've got 150 polls and you're in a meeting with someone and you want to launch that specific poll for that meeting and you haven't gone to a lot of trouble to name your polls very specifically with a naming convention, and you get bombarded with 150 choices, you might not be a happy person. This now allows you to go back to the original workflow, which was you could assign specific polls and quizzes and surveys to specific meetings.
So what I just did while you were talking is what I did the other day, because I was looking for this and I couldn't find it. So here's the problem. So first of all, polls and quizzes are now, we kind of went through this last time. Polls and quizzes are now under surveys, the survey tab, which we need to change the name of that so that people know where this is. But that's where polls and quizzes are. So what you just described is you create a meeting, and then once that meeting is created, you click on polls and quizzes and you create the poll from here, then you can assign it to that meeting. But what you can't do, we don't have the same functionality if you just go to, so I had set up a meeting a week ago, and then I decided, I want to make a poll for that meeting. So then what I did is I came back in here, I went to surveys, I went to polls and quizzes, and I created a new poll. There's my poll, and I'm going to say this is a poll question, and I'm going to call this my special poll. Now I'm going to click save up here, and I don't get that option. So now what I need to do is I need to go in here and how did I do it?
How do you pick that up from inside a meeting? How do you go to the
Right,
library
I know, that's what
to
I'm
launch
working,
something?
right. So let me go into the meeting and let's do this one, because this was my test one. So now I can go to polls quizzes and I can go to special poll. What did I do here? It's not launched. I did something that I was able to associate it after the fact, but I can't remember what I did.
So there was a filter for meeting button where you were.
Yeah.
See that right next to create filter for meeting?
Oh, here it is. Yeah.
So
That's
which
what
one,
it was.
which ones in your library do you want in this meeting? And so if you click
Exactly.
on that filter for
Exactly.
meeting, you could take out the ones that you don't want to see in the meeting.
Right. So what I would like is the same thing that you just told us about, Frank, that, hey, do you want this just to go in the library or do you want to associate it with a particular meeting? I'd like that available to me when I create a poll or quiz, not from within the meeting. But yes, the workaround is you create your poll, then you come back into meetings, you go to the meeting that you scheduled, go to polls and quizzes, oh, there it is, sorry. Filter for meeting, and then you can say, I just want special poll available for this meeting, save, and now, presumably, when I go in, will I just see that one? Or I know for a fact that it's the only one that shows up when you're in the meeting, but it,
Yeah.
yeah. So did I miss something there, Frank, or am I right that it works the way you described it, but not this other way?
I hadn't considered Ray's addendum to what I said, so that's new for me, new information for me. But this is new functionality after 5,
Yeah.
whatever it is, 17, no, whatever we're in, 16.5,
Yeah.
15.5. I don't know, whatever we're at. Anyway,
17.5.
17.5. I'm on COVID time here. The other thing they introduced a while back, which I thought was a very hollow reaction to what people were complaining about, was they put a star system sort of to indicate your favorites, but that in no way was going to help people with the issue of having 150 polls and not being able to find the right poll for the meeting they were currently in.
I've got the same issue with notes. I've got just a ton of notes, and I don't want to just be able to star certain ones. I want folders that I can kind of arrange my notes. Yeah, I don't know.
I know a lot of companies, especially on the cloud, don't want to deal with folder structures anymore. They want to use metadata, so key tags. So 2024,
That'd be
comma,
nice.
business, comma, this client's name, comma, Q1, comma, and then you can filter things by client, by year, by whatever tag system you're using.
There was, I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was Notion, but there was some tool that just came out that, no, it's smart folders. Where was it? Where were the smart folders? In what tool? Oh my goodness. Sorry. I can't remember what the tool was, but there's a tool where part of the power of it is smart folders. And if you just have a hashtag in the metadata or the description even of whatever it is, it will automatically create the folders for you. those smart folders for you. I can't believe I can't remember the tool this is in. But that would be a way to implement it here. Ooh, we're getting some images. I have
Sorry,
3
David.
images. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, David, can you just go back to where you set those polls up in that meeting, please?
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Wrong button. Okay. Polls under surveys. Alrighty.
Okay, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 defined here in your library. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Can you go to the meeting where you had assigned those polls, please?
So right now, special poll is assigned to one. It's not assigned. It's the only poll that's visible in that one meeting.
Okay.
That's because you filtered out the other 2.
Correct. Correct.
But there
could
were
you
only 2 others, and here we see a total of 4.
I understand. But could you go back to the meeting where you have selected
Sure.
these? And when you go to the polls quizzes and then filter for meeting, now the list that comes up here, which was pre-assigned, they were all tagged as available. Was that the list of all of the polls from your whole library?
Right. I hear what you're saying. So the difference is that these 3 are polls. The 4th one in my library was a survey.
Okay, I understand that, but that's not my question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If we can just go back.
Yeah.
If
So yes, when I do filter for meeting, it's showing all the available polls.
So if you had the 150 polls from the
Yes.
library, they'd all be tagged for this meeting. You'd have to go and untag them. Is that correct?
They would all be tagged, yes, and then I would just uncheck them all and check the one that I wanted.
Okay, so by default, they would have appeared in the meeting if you hadn't unchecked them.
Well, no, by default, they appear in the library. And because I didn't create the poll at the same time that I created the meeting, there isn't a poll assigned to the meeting. So all this is doing is showing me all of my entire library and then letting me say, hey, you know what, I don't want to see the whole library when I'm in the meeting, just show me this one.
Okay,
So if you create a new meeting, will they all be by default assigned to that meeting and you have to filter them out? Or by default, will they all be not assigned and you have to filter them in?
Thank you.
They're all assigned and you have to filter them out, but let's see. Another meeting. Save. Now I'm going to go to polls, quizzes, filter for meeting.
Oh.
Wait a second. So it's sticky. Look at that.
It's the last used. Yeah.
It's the last used.
So click on one of the others, like the testing one for your filter.
Yeah.
And now go back to the other meeting that you were in. Is it another? Yeah, there we go. And look at polls and quizzes. So but when you check them, they don't go to that specific meeting. They go to all of the meetings that are currently open. That is bogus. That's someone has missed the point.
Yeah, they've really they have not helped.
Oh man.
They're so close though. They're so close to having it the way people want it.
That context needs to be saved per meeting, not across the account.
That's crazy. I don't understand that at all.
I don't either.
I'm just giving a hard refresh just to.
Guess what the next round of complaints in the community forum are going to be, right?
Wow.
I can't wait. Oh man.
Wow. That's so interesting. My meetings. 3 of 3. You can see it here. You don't even have to click in. And then let's check this one more time. 3 of 3. Let me check another So this is something I have coming up on the 31st. Oops. And it did it there too. Wow. That's really interesting. Huh.
So, did you guys take, Frank, were you part of the definition of the acceptance tests?
Not at all.
Okay, so I can see where we're going wrong here. The definition of done is definitely not the same on both sides of this feed.
I believe there's a way to become a Zoom beta tester, though. I've talked to people about that before, and there is a process you can sign up to be a beta tester, but comes with a bunch of responsibilities as well.
It's
Well,
hard
and they
work because
typically do it for specific products. I mean, for just an update or something like that, I don't think they do it, because I've been a beta tester for, production studio, and there was something else as well. And it's like, okay, we want you to just sort of ream this through and tell us what you find. And like most feedback to Zoom, it kind of goes into a black hole, and they go, yeah, thank you very much. And unless you know somebody, you don't really know whether it's going to be incorporated or not.
I want to be a beta tester. I love betas.
Dave, do you understand the word beta the same way that I do?
Well, yeah, but I don't do anything important, so it doesn't matter. Like the stuff that I do is when I'm
It's
not.
very important. You bring us all here
No,
together.
but when I'm
David,
not
what do
in the
you?
Zoom test kitchen, I'm playing with kids all day. So this like I was built for betas. Put me in the alpha channel. I'm fine with that.
I missed the Betamax tapes.
The Betamax.
David, you know that beta testing is not it's fun to do. What's difficult and challenging is the documentation of your findings.
Right.
It's a lot of work.
But I actually kind of love finding stuff and because I love what this is one of the things that I love about the kitchen and office hours and all the different circles that we all run in is that I have this silly feeling that I'm contributing ever so slightly to the development of Zoom, and it's really like it's really cool, you know. It really, I don't know. It's a powerful feeling. I downloaded an app, it was a Google Calendar app, Gcal, the other day, and I kept pressing. I was on an event and I kept pressing the delete button on my keyboard and it wasn't deleting the event. So I wrote support, and he immediately got. I have no idea who he is, but this person immediately got back to me and said, "You're the first person that's ever noticed that. Oh my goodness!" And so he put me on the beta, and it was like, yes, love that.
Well, one of the other fun things that I've done, Dave, is I've actually been invited to two separate, I won't call them focus groups, but a direct interview with someone on their marketing or some kind of team. And they'll put up, what if the screen were to look like this? Do you like this one better? Do you like that one better? And 30 minutes of that. And usually they'll pay you for that. That's how I got my Zoom shirt. She said, do you want $50? Do you want a Zoom shirt? I said, I want a Zoom shirt. So
Who takes a Zoom shirt over $50, right? What?
I do.
I know I do too. I do too in a heartbeat.
Zoom needs new swag. I'm bored of their swag.
Are you?
Yeah. I have 2 Zoom backpacks, 2 Zoom hats. You can get coffee cups and radios, but
Are they giving all that stuff to you, or
no, you got to earn it. You're probably the lowest paid non-official Zoom employee on the planet, but
Right. Oh my goodness. Well, that was an interesting. Oh, you know what? We didn't ask Hasmuk. He put up the other day. He sent me a link to schedule an appointment with him because he was testing the scheduler. So I did. I don't know how that worked for him, or if he got what he was looking for out of that. What else is going on for folks? Anything else exciting?
I think there's a couple of things that were in the January release notes for Zoom events that said they were dependent on a back-end update, which I think is this weekend. It might have been last weekend, but at any rate, I haven't had a chance to test any of those. But the AI bit inside Zoom events where you're supposed to be able to sort of click something and it'll create some text for you. That'll be interesting. Kind of the first one of those I've seen inside Zoom.
Where it, create text like in chat, you think, or like what? Where is
No,
it?
in there's a place now which is relatively new where you can edit the emails that go out to people when they register and that sort of thing, and you can type in some text and it will give you text allegedly better than what you would have written to get the point across.
Gotcha. By the way, I guess not. I was going to say this. The other thing that we can't see yet is this improved global product navigation for Zoom Desktop Client. Free account users will have greater control of the product tabs shown on the Zoom Desktop Client, having greater flexibility over display order and which product tabs are always visible or hidden within the More option. It's initially available to free accounts, with users on paid accounts getting this functionality in another later release. Why do you think they?
So right now we can move them around a little bit, but I think the goal. Yeah, you can drag meetings from where it is over to another spot.
No. They're talking about in the client. Oh, wait a second. Oh, sorry. I thought they meant the action bar at the bottom of the meeting.
Everybody's hope, but no, I don't think that's
Oh,
it.
yeah, you're right. That's not nearly as exciting as, yeah, okay.
The product listing at the top of the client.
Yeah, we've been able to
Yeah.
do that for a long time.
Yeah, but I think they're going to be able to maybe have groups and sub menus or something. I haven't seen it, but I mean,
Oh, okay.
occasionally I will use Windows Alt or Windows right arrow and dock something up to the right half of the screen, and all of a sudden half the real estate's gone. I still want to be able to get to stuff. Maybe it'll help with some of that.
Huh.
We can hear your TV, David.
Oh, it's the kids in the background.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
I know.
Sorry.
Yeah. Presenter immersive view in shared screen. Sorry, I'm just looking over the release notes. In Zoom Clips, can seamlessly integrate the content presented in the clips to immersive view feature. Wait, what is that? This is, let me open up Zoom again. So this is in Clips. They're saying, so let me share this. All right, so I'm gonna create a clip. And now it brings up this dialogue here. Let me hide this. And I'm not sure what, I don't really understand camera. Hold on, let me turn the camera on. Okay. So the note is, where is it? Okay. The presenter's video can now seamlessly integrate with the content presented in their clips through the immersive view feature. Virtual background and avatar, layout, and wait, I never saw any of this stuff before. Hold on a second. Okay, so where is, all right, so there's my, okay, so now virtual, I'm a little confused. Oh, look at this. I had no idea any of this stuff was here. This is what you've been talking about the whole time, Frank. But you can't move this stuff here, which is a little interesting. Oh, here's immersive mode. Okay. So let me get rid of this real quick. And why can I not change my, let me go back so I can change my desktop. Okay. So let's, well, actually, I'll keep the Zoom meeting. So if I want to, I go to layout and wallpaper. Now, what does immersive mode do? Oh, it just keys me out. That's all it did. But I can't move myself here like I can elsewhere. Yeah, it's just a key. Okay, that's not nearly as exciting as I thought it was going to be. I mean, I get it.
Maybe the two teams will get together and
Yeah,
make them both
right,
the best
because-
of both.
Yeah, it's interesting that on the other one you can scale and size and all that stuff, but you can't do it here. That's interesting. Touch up my appearance. I need a lot of help. No, maybe not. Don't touch up back. What else is there? Mirror, noise suppression, stereo audio. I had no idea any of this stuff was here. So you can do this with your avatar. I've been doing this wrong. I could.
Click one. Go ahead.
Wait, why am I not getting it? Why is it not clicking?
You got a using avatars pop up next to the right, to the left of you.
Oh, goodness, I'm sorry. Okay, by clicking OK, you agree to allow Zoom to analyze the positioning and movement of your face and your device. This is new. The data doesn't leave your device, isn't retained, only used to generate the selected effects. That's interesting. Okay.
For the
so now
truly paranoid.
Yeah. So now I've got that. Okay. And there's my, you can't really see it, but there it is. And if I do this, and then I go, no, so it's by default, it's immersive view for, no, it's not.
Huh.
There you go. I'm sorry I can't make this bigger. Zoom doesn't allow me to make this any bigger, but all right. Well, that's
You could change the resolution of your computer screen.
Yeah, but then that screws up all the other screens that I have connected to this computer.
Oh, well.
All right. Well, in any case, I thought that was going to be more exciting than it was, but
I have a feeling what we see in clips will show up in meetings weeks or months later.
yeah. It is interesting how those two teams seem to be working. What do you call it? Not. They haven't spoken to one another.
The right hand and the left
Yeah.
hand know not which the other is doing.
Right. Cool.
I'm, the cynic in me says that Zoom won't bring recording to the presentation mode because you won't buy clips if you, you know what I mean? Like, you know how companies feature limit certain features so that you have to buy the next tier or the next product or the next package?
So what, you think people will just start a meeting and...
I said the cynic. I mean, I think there'll be a lot of complaining if they don't allow those layouts to be recorded.
Do you think that's why they're not doing that? Do you think maybe
No,
they're not?
no.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think they're ready is my
Right, that's what I
true
would think.
belief.
The reality to me is that you don't really need clips. What you need is a special me only mode of a Zoom meeting. You need to be able to go into a Zoom meeting and do everything that you are now going to be able to do by immersive and, move things around in a background and everything and record it either on the cloud, locally, just in a folder in a bunch of options, or output as a clip and then make that sort of a finished product and go from there. That to me would kind of consolidate all of the various, now we got this, we got that, we got notes, and we're going to have docs, and we're going to have all this other stuff. It's too much.
Well, it's, Zoom One seems to be bundling. To me, that's how I think of it, bundling services. And then there's add-ons where if you don't have a bundle but you want a specific feature, you buy.
Oh, Frank.
Yep, that wasn't just me. I thought maybe that was me again.
Froze up,
Yeah.
Frank.
So Ray, I wanted to do everything you just said, but also do my hair, makeup, correct my speech,
Oh,
and make me sound intelligent. And
yes,
I
yes.
would bundle that.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I was on the Zoom community earlier today, and I said, "Gosh, I use Calendly." I answered a question on the Zoom community about Calendly, and in the Zoom community team chat, someone said, "Oh, I use Scheduler. You should just use Scheduler." But I'm a pro account. I have to pay extra for Scheduler, and I'm not going to pay extra for Scheduler while I'm actually comfortable using Calendly at this point. And I'm not going to ever get to 10 accounts. So I don't think I'll ever be a business user, not even 5. So
Can I just I just want to respond to what you were saying about the sort of me only meeting. One of the things that's always bothered me about screen sharing in Zoom is I feel like the interface is just, it's a little overwhelming. If you've got multiple, lots of apps, forget multiple desktops. If you have lots of apps open, you get a screen that has everything. There's just almost too many options in screen sharing for me. What I think, to me, the Clips interface is so much easier and so much nicer to work with. I would vote 100% to kind of use some of this type of an interface in, you know how you get a participants panel and a chat panel? I would love a screen sharing panel that pops out, and then you can, if you need to change your screen, you can open that up, but you don't need to. You get this nice little panel here. You've got real quick the different ways that you can. I don't know. I just think that this is a much nicer interface. So I would not like to have to start a meeting and use the Zoom client every time I want to just create a recording.
well, but if they truly merged all of that capability into the screen share, which
Yeah.
to me
Yeah.
is the real goal of all of this, to be able to have, I just want to share these things, or I want to be able to control which elements are where. It's almost production studio, but not quite,
Yeah.
but in a simpler form.
Yeah.
I think as long as we can get it to brush John's hair and help him, to take care of all of that stuff, we'll be in good shape.
Well, you have to also wish, wonder what you should wish for or what you have in the past. Anybody here use Luminate or Adobe Connect, where they had the pods? You had the display pod. So they had this thing where each element was a separate screen. They call them pods, and you have the question pod, the presenter pod, and it once you figured it out, it made sense. But I did not like that mode either.
Yeah.
And David, I think some of us suffer from way too big of a screen and way too many apps that we run. So I finally, with my colleagues at the parks, turn everything off but the exact ones that you need, and then it's not that confusing. But when you have a big 43-inch screen, it's just begging for you to put another app up there.
Hey, John, I don't know if you're using the mic you think you're using, because your audio sounds pretty bad today.
There's two things happening.
Down in a tube.
One is I came down with a CEF crud, but let me see what I'm doing here. I think I know where the problem is.
Yeah, David, I think the reason, if I were to think the way Zoom thinks, that the reason that your display goes away so that you can see things is if you've got a single monitor and you're trying to screen share. What do I do with the Zoom window? And that's the little black and green bar up there that you can click on parts of it and get things to happen. And for those of us that have 4 monitors, and I've got another monitor over here connected to a couple of other machines, that's not typical. I've actually talked to a couple of my associates that are doing some Zoom events and stuff like that now over in the UK, and they've all gone to 3 monitors now because they've seen my setup and like, oh, that's a lot better, and it does help.
So Ray, could you show that again? Is my audio a little better now? It should be, hopefully, or no, it's not any better.
It sounds about the same. Yeah.
No, that's too bad. Anyway, switch to your monitor view. I see a space where you don't have a monitor. I think you need to work on it.
Yeah, well, and that's because the camera over here kind of goes through the rest of the office, but I've got this big yellow screen here, which is a large screen monitor, 4 monitors, and room to see the rest of the room. Yeah.
We're not going to need any monitors. As soon as we get our Apple Vision Pros, we'll be able to have all of our virtual Zoom monitors, Zoom windows up there. So,
How many Mac Minis can you buy for a Vision Pro?
right. Yeah. All right, friends.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good session.
One little quick little tidbit I wanted to throw everybody's way that I learned this week from vMix was that, and I don't know if we've talked about this before, and I don't know if Ray and Frank actually know this as well, but it's more on the production side as compared to the normal usage of regular Zoom, is that there is actually a 30 megabit per second maximum that you could actually bring in using either ZoomISO, vMix, etc. So however many clients fit in that 30 megabit per second, again, of course, if it's a higher bit rate, more bandwidth. So take that into consideration as well. Basically, what vMix is actually mentioned in their Fun Time show this week was that they actually said that the 30 megabit per second was the maximum. And again, if you keep adding additional clients that you want to have brought in, your quality will get reduced and you will never go above that 30 megabit per second. I don't know if anybody has actually heard this or not as of yet.
Yeah, that's actually part of the qualification process of using the SDK. They limit you, I believe, for the first 6 months to a certain bandwidth. And after they look at the performance of it, they can change that limit based on your particular SDK. So I didn't catch that part of the conversation, but that part I know I've read.
Okay, I just wanted to let everybody know while I'm in a lull before my next NEM meeting.
Good.
All right, folks.
David, just before you go, can you just tell us how your magnetic coupler for your headsets is working?
I love it. I completely don't need it. It is a complete waste of however much money I spent on it. But it's really cute. It's just, woo, now I can't hear you. Now I can. Now I can't hear you. Like I literally could do the same exact thing like that, which is what I had always done. But so,
They just stole the idea of MagSafe from Apple.
they did. I think I said last time that there are 2 little annoyances about it. One is that the legs to my desk are metal, so every time I do unhook it, and it swings and it attaches to the desk, and then I have to climb under my desk to find it. But then the other thing is that it only works one way. So if I I can't push it together. So it's a one-way magnet, but
But what you did say is that it's convenient because if you forget that you're wearing them and you have to leave where
Correct.
you're working, it just disconnects
Correct.
and doesn't pull half the equipment off your desk.
Exactly. That's for sure.
Nice.
So, all right, friends. I hope you all have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you next time in the kitchen.
See you next